So for the school, I started first with the worldview piece of music, where I dove into kind of an overarching theme that could work for the entire school. And I tried to combine different elements of those different skill sets into the piece. So for Kung Fu, it's much more rhythmic and percussive, and a lot more kind of blaring horns and a lot of drums going on all at once. And then for the magic, I wanted it to be kind of this breathy, rhythmic, a little bit more wild feel, but with a lot of kind of like harp and plucky instruments and celesta that has a lot of reverb and breathiness going on, so it kind of creates more of an airy, starry sky feel. And then for the engineering school, I wanted to bring in elements of kind of industry and sound effects. So I combined music along with a lot of kind of like gears moving and pulling and like wooden scraping and metal scraping, and kind of to create this atmosphere of industry and of machinery kind of all at once.
And actually the first piece of music he wrote was the worldview, which was this overarching idea and theme for the whole expansion of all the schools and the whole area and stuff. And it was this really, really grand, beautiful theme. And actually the first time I heard it, I was pretty impressed by how strong and memorable the theme was. Today we're going to be talking about the new character Xi Shi for Honor of Kings. Xi Shi is one of the 4 beauties of ancient China, and it was said that her beauty was so strong that fish would drown and birds would literally drop out of the sky. So we really wanted to create music that complemented this idea of beauty. One of the things we really wanted to convey here was that she draws her power from water. So we really tried to create lots of watery textures, and in the beginning we were talking about heavy use of the harp and really, really beautiful harmonic textural music that would really convey this watery beauty.
We had a 16-voice female choir comprised of sopranos and altos, and for the pieces of music I had done some solo vocals, which were sort of, I guess, an expression of Xi Shi's individual character. But with her being one of the 4 beauties of ancient China, I wanted to create a sense of her as something bigger. So the female choir kind of brought that into context. And I guess thinking as well about Xi Shi as a sort of like a water spirit almost, there was that idea that, you know, these ripples going through the water were like this kind of floating choir that was happening in the background. The 3 parts of the piece of music were, in the beginning, she dives into the lake and she's down in the bed of the lake. And then the second part of the track was actually that process of her being brought up by Kun And for that, we were using lots of really beautiful textures of harp and harp glissing upwards and the idea that she's rising to the surface. And then in the end, we had this beautiful sort of victorious moment where she bursts above the water and with Kun, and this moment of kind of beauty and victory when that happens.
For this process, I took the MIDI mock-up, and then I basically took the demo music of that and then branched it out for live players and kind of taking the different ways of using MIDI and then tried to basically translate it for what a live group of musicians could play.